Today we're exploring this huge war fort. Do you remember, some time ago, I released a video where we found weapons, huge anti-aircraft guns, anti-tank guns, anti-ship guns. There was a bit of everything in that video. We found an underground passage, the entrance to an underground passage that was sealed off, and it turns out that this passage leads here. Let's not waste any more time, let's go see right away what's hidden inside. Let's go. Look how big this is. You know, it's concreted now, but originally, back in the day, it was a drawbridge. There are even still chains on each side, and behind, there are big wheels to raise the drawbridge. Because back then, that's how they did it. You see why? Because underneath us, you see, it's the moat. It's really the moat. By the way, I can see that you could even access underground tunnels beneath the base. It's huge. It's incredible. Just look at that. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of this complex. It's 30 meters high. It's not an exaggeration, but it's 30 meters from here to the roof. It's crazy. Look at that. And the system for the drawbridge is a big chain with large wheels like this, and there's a motor, even back then maybe horses to lower it. The gate, the thing it is, it's like the gates of hell, and really it's something else. So on the other hand, clearly we're going to have to take the footbridge on the other side, because I think that's clearly going to be the only way to get in there. Because here, I don't know if you realize how big the fort is, my friend, but it's complicated. I'm trying to go around it. I don't know if there's any access from the front. But I'm starting to think that if it's really a Vauban fort and there's a moat, it's going to go all the way around. So, unless we find a drawbridge or another footbridge, we're going to be stuck. But I wasn't ready for the size of this thing. It's gigantic, really. The size of those stone walls. I need to find it. There's a footbridge to reach the other side. Let's check it out. When you see the walls in shape, it definitely looks like a Vauban fort. I'm not sure. The footbridge is there. I just checked Google Maps. I hadn't realized it was a Vauban-type fort since the fort's shape isn't visible on the map due to all the vegetation. Alright, let's cross and hope we don't see it on the other side. There we go, let's go. We're staying near the edges since I'm unsure if the floors are sturdy. And let me tell you, it's a 20-meter drop down there. Always keep one hand for yourself. Once we've crossed the gap, it'll be fine. For now, it's very solid, but you never know. It's been here since the war, folks. Renaud Jean died in 1957. The name of the guy who was at this loophole is literally engraved in the stone. That's crazy. Careful, it makes noise, it's metal. See. I hope we don't run into a guard or something. We're inside the walls. That's it. Let's get to the heart of the matter, guys. We're going to be very careful. Very, very careful. We can hear gunshots in the distance. Part of the military base is still active. We really can't afford to get caught in there. It's true that what we're doing is forbidden, just so you know, in case you were wondering. Oh damn, there's everything in the bar. There's a restaurant. That's Telmes. Look at the little terrace and everything. There, look inside. Everything is still in there. There's the full bar. It's nice, with copper panels, like that. Is it open? That's the question. See. No, I don't know if the building will be accessible from the inside. Maybe we'll see over there. You see, it was really a dining room, maybe with meetings. Back when the base was active, it was just the mess hall. Like you see a bit in the movies where the officers would come to relax after their missions. You can see it starting to crack everywhere. At the same time, there's 20 meters of empty space below. You have to be careful. Somewhere back there in the kitchens, it's huge. Nothing is flat or straight. There are footprints, so be careful. C'est fermé. Oh putain. Welcome to the heart of the matter. Welcome to the fort. People, I think we'll leave it. Let's drop it. We don't have access. We'll keep relying on this outrageous luck. It's just that for now there's no one in here, but we can see there's some activity. It's slowly picking up, right? I don't know what they want to do with this place, but you can see that things are happening here though. There's a construction site over there to make concrete according to Google Maps. There was a van here, and the last time I came I spotted it with the drone. It was the same van, and now it's gone. That hasn't been there since the war. That hasn't been there since the war. That might have been there for about 2 weeks. We need to be careful. It's the same thing, and it's marked, so I won't go near that building. It's really sealed up, that one. It's crazy how it's done. It's a jumble of buildings stacked on top of each other that doesn't make much sense. You see, there are things underneath, you have stuff on top, and apparently there's still something back there. I don't really know what we're going to find in there, but let's go check it out. There's only this airplane in there. It's weird. Let's go see. Into the guts of Pierre Stadium. Here we go. There are 5 or 6 of them. This area is huge. I'm not sure we'll access everything, but we'll check it out. I can see the exit of an underground tunnel over there. Maybe it's the famous tunnel we're searching for. We'll stay low profile since a guard is nearby. And by the way, part of the buildings has been renovated. I thought it was an alarm box, but it's just a light bulb. That's fine. I hope we'll be able to get in somewhere. People. I don't have any other information about this spot except for the historical facts. At the back of the building, we're trying to find an entrance. Man, it's like a jungle out here. Ah, well, here we go. Hello, what do we have in here? Wow, it stinks. It's showers. A pretty crazy locker room, huh? Obviously, it dates back to the First World War, Second World War. It's quite a few years old. You can't expect to find this in perfect condition. It's perfect. An open door downstairs, in my opinion. That's a utility room. I don't know if we'll have access to anything in there. Normally, yes, given the state of the place, I think we will. Operations, technical operations. Ah, that's Chudier's. That could be the cafeteria. Given the building, kind of like that, it really reminds me of the mess hall, the officer's mess, or something like a college. It's closed with some kind of piece of wire. And so, yes, welcome. I have the head of a star spider. It's all new in there. Well, new. It's all made of wood. Training rooms, things like that, classrooms, you know, there were numbers. See, not too rare. You'll have to use your imagination a bit. Maybe some people will recognize the place and be able to say a bit more. There's a shopping cart. Ha ha ha. There's a shopping cart in a military base. Completely normal. If that idiot is there. That's the dining room. That's where things happen. I think the guys used to eat here. So there were more than 2,000 men on this base. You have to imagine that's a lot of people to feed and house. There are footprints in the dust. They haven't been here for very long. Wow, yeah, it's starting to rot a little, clearly. I'll have to not let too much light in the windows. For me, that's probably a dining room, but we haven't seen a kitchen. I think these were classrooms, but at least we have access to something, which isn't bad. Most buildings will likely be empty afterwards, as is common here. We're not interested in them being full, but in the historical aspect. We're still going to try to go check out that kind of walkway to see if we can get to the main part. It's really a shame not to see what's inside there. Well, that one, we won't be able to get in. There's clearly a nice brand new padlock. Maybe there's an entrance in the front, since we saw no access in the back and might not get into all the buildings. You see, I'm thinking that the open shutter there, let's go check it out with... Ah, damn, yeah, it's open, but maybe we'll have better luck. No luck. We won't force our way in. The shutter looks suspicious, but the windows behind it are closed, so it's not worth it. I'll still check out that underground passage. We agree that's what it is, right? Or a munition storage or similar. What did he have in there? It's clearly an underground area, but it all collapsed. Yes. Okay, there's a sign that says the ceiling might collapse, so we're not going to risk going in there. I understand why it was sealed off. On the other side, there's a door at the back. There's definitely a door at the back, that's for sure. Is that the exit to the underground passage we found at the other base? It's the same door and tunnel, so it must be the same thing. I think that's how he went directly to the other base. That's incredible. Well, let's go check out the rest. At any moment, we might find daguerreotypes in there, because do you remember what we found in the other one? The video is linked. There's a link in the description. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out that crazy video. Really, the big tunnel actually goes right under our feet here. Wow, it's like Mordor. It's terrifying. I think we must be close to the casemates. The casemates are where the soldiers sleep. Because they do need to rest from time to time after all. Or maybe it's the bathrooms, maybe it's small, yeah, it's... Yeah, okay. Still, it's from the war, the people, you, the Turks. With the old flush toilets, the water would fall from the sky to clean. It's crazy, yeah? It's old-fashioned as hell, damn, they're from back in the day, you know? The doors don't reach the top, they stop halfway so everyone can see you using the bathroom. Well, how can I put this? I don't know what they were doing in there. We haven't done anything there in a long time since the roof collapsed. Be careful, these are lockers, maybe for storing things like, they look like shoe lockers or something like that. Maybe that's where they kept their boots or stuff, with a little wash house in the back. I'm not going to take another step because... How can I tell you that right now? Am I the one holding the roof? Clearly some kind of workshop, maybe it was workshops, mechanical workshops or things like that, metal doors like that. If these were workshops, we'd find machines or something. A gloomy water pump. Yeah, these are workshops. Spider shovels were everywhere. Yeah, you see, with a workbench, there are even still little nails on the wall to hold the tools. It used to be a small repair workshop, but now it's not really a workshop anymore. I can't believe how huge this place is. We need to get into this building since I think that's where everything is happening. Welcome to the Amazon. There are brambles everywhere, it's fine. Maybe this is the patrol path. Very good. We're going to do a little patrol. You could see some of the vegetation that has grown on the roof. It's crazy, but here, this is the patrol path. You can come here. And yeah, you can keep watch from a distance. We're behind the ramparts and now need to find a way in since it doesn't connect to the rest. That's often the issue with military bases. Nothing links together. It's a maze with labyrinths, underground passages, doors, tunnels. The boiler is running. There's no point in taking this door. We need to find an open window. Let's go by the moat. All right, let's enter the moat and explore humanity's depths. Well, it's not really a moat, actually. In the back, the moat really goes all the way around the wall. And here it was, I don't know. It's just passageways behind the buildings because, in my opinion, that's where everything happens. I'm sure there are still things left. It's impossible for something this large to be empty. Damn, there's an entrance up there. I didn't see it. Maybe we're lucky. Let's go check it out. I'll make sure to see what's happening down there. Damn, look at those boilers. That's crazy. Check this out. More boilers, my god. No, they've been modernized. Those are now oil burners, not wood-fired boilers anymore. That's already post-war. That must have been changed, although boilers like that might have already existed during the war. Valve, control, the water. That's a mess. You know, it was built in 1857. No kidding, it's almost 200 years old. I can believe that. When you see the state it's in, clearly can we manage to... I really hope we can get in somewhere. It's annoying. It's the drawbridge. Look at that. No kidding. 1857. And it's beautiful still. It's clean. I think it was renovated several times after that. Is it there? He has access. We're going to open up this one. It was broken there. Look at this. You see the drawbridge mechanism, you know? It was back in the day. You see the big wheel. It's with a gear, and it would lift the drawbridge that's in front that we showed you at the entrance in the introduction. It's crazy, the system it was, right? What's strange is that I think a part is missing. There, it must have gone down. It's been blocked off. It must have gone down. The machines, they must be in the basement. We really need to find access to these buildings. I mostly see the flammable materials. That wouldn't be an ammunition storage, would it? It's clearly ammunition storage. Welcome. It's clearly a storage. All right. These are tunnels that go off, the guts, entrance, cell. No, there was a prison. That's why they put on special clothes. But they were really afraid of prison. Guys, seriously, did you see what that is? Look at the hinges, the size of the hinges. They're gigantic. Wait, let's save that. Oh, and what's that back there? I don't know where it is. We're going to find out, guys. Look. 1967. It's clearly an ammunition storage. Actually, if you look, there are vents there on the sides, and the building is surrounded by a gap. That was in case of bombing. So the blast wouldn't blow out these walls and cause the bombs inside to explode. Imagine being bombed on the roof while ensuring stored bombs inside didn't explode. You can see it's reinforced. Actually, back then, behind these walls, these are walls from the 1800s. And this, the reinforcement, was added later on. First World War or Second World War? That's the entrance we used over there. The ammunition storage is below us, and above is the ventilation shaft to clear fumes from the small rooms. There, with a little red box each time, that's for the fire extinguishers, for emergencies, the detail offices. I don't know, but we'll still try to take a look. Storage, there you go. It was for storing equipment, old tanks. Electric over there. Most of these things will be empty, in my opinion, clearly. So we're at one end of the lighthouse here in one of the corners of the fort, and 2 trailers. Maybe the military trained with Zodiac boats, which could explain why they're here, but otherwise I don't understand. And here, all along, maybe it's the Rampart Walk, That's where armed men used to patrol to watch over the military base. So they took turns day and night doing rounds, going all around the base. The really annoying thing you do when you're a rookie, because yeah, let's not kid ourselves, it's not the officers who are going to have fun doing rounds. They left that to the rookies and newcomers. Come on, let's spend 4 hours walking around all night doing rounds. For me, the show isn't the most boring thing in the world anymore. I'm starting to think there's something fishy going on, because I see 2 air shafts. There's one air shaft here, and there's another one over there. The question now is, isn't there one? No, that was just a small utility room. After that, there were major changes. Between the 1800s, the 1900s, World War I and World War I, it's unclear how the building evolved. There are signs of different periods, like the thick stone walls from 1857, which are original. Then you can see there are a lot of additions. You see there's cut stone, you see there's concrete, you see things that weren't done in the 1800s. So clearly I think this building has had more than one life. Well, we're going to have to find a way to get into this big thing, because that's where it's happening. Anyway, it's really tall, it's all just above the ground like that, it's pretty crazy. What is this thing? Look at that. There's some kind of... it's an oven there with a big chimney. What did they burn in there? They burned bodies. We'll never know for sure. Maybe it was used as a corpse incinerator during the World War, huh guys? I don't even dare to find out if it's ashes or what. Honestly, you'd have to take a shovel and dig in there. If we find bones, that's what it is, but we don't. No one's up for that. Maybe it was just to burn some crap, you know? But clearly they had enough to make some big fires in there. Let's see if we can find an entrance to that big building, since that's where everything happens. For now, we haven't really found any way in. What's this underground passage? We haven't done it yet. There are lots of them, guys. But wait, that's another moon vault, clearly. What is that? Oh, the prison door, guys. Oh, the jail. We're clearly... there you go. That's what I was explaining to you earlier. You see the moon vault. The building outside, the exterior walls, the ventilation tunnel, there. Look, you see the ventilation tunnel and the interior wall, which, by the way, was built much later. So, wait, can we get inside there? PMM, I don't know what was in there. Oh, damn. Oh, well, that's... there are some summers, some construction stuff. Okay, I see. They could also bring out the ammunition up there. There would have been cannons up there, most likely. At one time, they took the ammo out that way. We won't see any, unfortunately. Well, it's good. The moon storage, the bunkers, the stuff, the underground tunnels, the mess halls, all that. But us, we're going to go in there, there. Oh, as long as it's happening, we really need to find a good way in. Listen, let's pray that this door is open. Otherwise, we'll need to climb 20 meters of moat from below. And that would really suck. See? Well, to not get discouraged, there's nothing. There's not even a window that opens. Nothing that can be tampered with. I didn't see it before, actually. We couldn't see. But down there, showing you is complicated. Yes, down there by that grey thing, there's a staircase in front of the drawbridge that goes down along the moat and wall. We're going to try to get over it. We'll have to go around, but there you go. Try to go down. Because I have the feeling that the access will be through the moat. Actually, for now, that's the best option. Alright, let's go. We'll try to be very discreet. Over there, down below, they also had a basketball court and a soccer field to practice on. I think there's even a tennis court a bit further away. And down there, there's another big building that unfortunately we won't be able to check out. I see there's a dog walking around on the field right there. Actually, I just noticed it now. But there's a machine gun mount there, because with the clear field of view from here, it must have been a real shooting gallery. Pretty intense. Back to the scene of the crimes. I don't know how I missed that from over there because, well, it's literally right there. All right, we're going down into this hell. Yeah, no kidding. Did you guys plan anything to bring equipment down here? So, but honestly, it reeks of horse, I swear. It feels like we're in a stable. By the way, you can see there are hoof prints everywhere. I don't know what they were doing bringing horses in here in the first place. How did they even get the horses in here? You know what I mean? We're surrounded by 20 meters of wall. How did they bring horses in here? I'm really wondering about it because it reeks of horse. It's horrible. I don't know how you people who do horseback riding can stand that smell. The horse disgusts me. It smells and there's crap everywhere. Well, I feel like we're going to come up empty with these entrances. We're just going to wade through old mud. I'll take a look, but I think it leads nowhere. People, LOL. We couldn't see it from above, which is the problem, and here it goes nowhere. Damn, let's take a quick look around. I'm eating. Those horses had to be brought here somehow. They didn't just appear or get airlifted by helicopter. Guys, they didn't just fall from the sky, right? There has to be another way in, so how did they get the horses in there? I don't know. But I do know what the horses were used for with the drawbridge. You needed something to lift it. That drawbridge. Back then, they used horses, which explains why horses were in the moat. We're just walking around a huge wall. It's like the Great Wall of China. And you can see that there have been a lot of people passing through. I think it was also used as a patrol path. Let's look around for where the horses entered and see if we can access the base. We're almost done with the tour and running behind, that's it. Hidden. I don't think so. Come on, I'm going. The mystery is complete, folks. And when I say complete, I mean complete. With this horse story, she went all the way around twice. From this whole wall, there's absolutely zero access, except for that damn staircase she came down. So, my only explanation for that is that the horses were coming down the stairs. I don't see any other possibilities. There's no crane, there's nothing else to bring them down except for that staircase. I don't understand. In my memories, they don't take the stairs. Then, he has those kinds of rails, so potentially there was a structure to bring them down. That's the only thing I can see. My only explanation is that they brought them down that way with, I don't know, a cart that went down with wheels. A system, I'm not really sure how, but there is clearly no other way to bring horses down here. It's a mystery. Alright, let's get out of this hell. Well, listen, I really would have loved to show you the ground of this building. Unfortunately, it won't be for today, but it's only postponed. Subscribe and I promise you we'll try to get in there. We'll end up finding a way.